Hi, welcome to day 7 of our 30-day yoga journey inwards. I am so excited to see you here today. You have made it a full week, 7 days. How good does that feel to get through the first week? You should be really proud of yourself, and I'm really proud of you too. And I'm so excited because today is day 7, and day 7 we get to slow down, to really just allow everything that's happened through the week to integrate. We will still have a focus through the session, but we also will be really just allowing ourselves space and time to slow down. So today's class is more of a yin style practice where we hold the poses for a bit longer and we just really allow ourselves to go inwards. So along with this class, I do invite you to bring yourself a little mug of tea, cacao, whatever feels good for you. You don't have to have something warm, you can have something cold like a juice. But because we are focused on the senses today, we are going to take a moment at the very beginning of this class to just allow ourselves space and time to sit with something yummy. So, without further ado, why don't you go and get yourself a mug of something, hit the pause button on the video, get yourself set up, and then come back when you're ready. So let's begin. We are going to begin sitting on our mats, finding just a comfortable position that suits you. So you might be sitting on your bottoms, or you could be on your knees, whatever feels good. But grabbing your mug or your drink, and we're just going to bring it and wrap our hands around it and bring it to your heart space. And then from here, gently closing down the eyes and just tuning into the breath. Noticing how it feels to breathe in your body today. And now take your attention to the mug that you have in front of you, whatever you're holding. Just notice how that feels in your hands. If you've got a warm drink, maybe you can feel the warmth underneath your hands. And if you have something cold, maybe you feel a little chill to your hands. Just noticing and feeling. Then bringing the mug a little closer to the mouth, just underneath the nose, and just take a moment here to smell. What can you smell? I have a mug of cacao, so it smells chocolatey and rich. And it's getting the tingling going on the back of my tongue, starting to get a bit of a watery mouth. And then allow yourself a moment to just take a sip. Allowing yourself to really feel that sip of whatever you've got. Allow yourself to feel it as it moves through the body. And then if you want, take another smell or another sip. How does that feel within your mouth? Is it warm? Is it cold? What does that sip taste like? And then just being present with your mug, your drink, and just allowing yourself a little bit of space and time to really just enjoy it. Be present with it. Breathing in, always coming back to the breath, And then maybe like me, you might like to just move a little side to side, rocking the body, holding that mug in front of you, really just doing whatever feels good for you here in your enjoyment of your beverage. I get really excited about food and drink that I love, and for me, cacao is something I have very regularly, and I love it so much. The taste, the feel of it as it goes down. There's just something so special about it and how it connects you inwards to yourself, which is part of this journey. And for me, it is just such a pleasurable moment, as is basically any time I eat or enjoy chocolate. It is just super pleasurable, and that's it. We need to allow ourselves the space and time to find the pleasure in life, the pleasure in the good food, the food that we love, the pleasure in being outside, feeling this fresh air on our skin or the grass under our toes. Allow yourself to find the simple pleasures of life. And then from here, we're just going to pop our cup aside. And you can come back to that at any point in your practice today. As we move into different poses, you might come back and just take a sip of your drink and just know that it's there for you whenever you need it. And then from here, we're going to come and lay down on our backs. So lengthening the legs out long, arms come down and rolling down the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. And then just take a moment to find yourself here in this space on this mat. Breathing in and letting go. Now from here, we're just going to keep our hips really firmly placed on the mat. And we're going to take our feet and begin to walk them to the left side of your mat. And then we're going to take our shoulders and our chest and take that to the left side of the mat. So hips are staying where they are, and we're creating a bit of a banana shape with our body. So we're creating a curve. We're going to reach our arms up overhead and take your right wrist with your left hand overhead to really expand through that right side of the body. And then you can keep your feet here if this feels good, or you might take your right ankle and just cross it over the left. And then closing down the eyes and just really allowing yourself to breathe here. Notice how this pose feels for you today. Witnessing any thoughts, any feelings that come up, any sensations. Allowing yourself this space and time to just sit with each of them. Final 30 seconds here. And then walking back through center, taking the chest back through center and the legs, releasing the arms down beside you and just pausing here for a moment. Noticing if the right side feels any different to the left. Notice how it feels to come back to just relaxing and just being really present here. Then again, keeping those hips where they are, and we're just going to walk our feet to the right side of the mat and lifting our chest and shoulders to the right side. Taking that left wrist this time with the right hand, reaching the arms overhead, getting into that left side of the body. And again, you can stay here with your feet, or you can take your left foot and cross it over the right ankle. And just tuning back in with the breath. What can you feel here in this pose? Just acknowledging what is coming up for you here. Are there any sensations within the body? Becoming a witness to the sensations and the feelings. Final 30 seconds here. And then walking the chest back to the center of the mat, walking the feet back, releasing the arms down and just pausing here for a moment. And then from here, bringing one knee into the chest and then the other before rolling to one side and slowly coming up through center. We're going to roll over onto our hands and knees. Now, as you make this movement, just notice how your body moves as you come into this position. We're coming through tabletop, so remember you can always take another drink before we come into the next pose. And then coming through your tabletop position. So knees are directly under our hips, hands under our shoulders. And we're going to move into puppy posture. So we're going to begin to walk our hands forward. Slowly taking a little movement at a time and noticing each movement as you come down. And then from here we're going to bring our head to the mat, our forehead to the mat. And really just beginning to allow the chest to drop down and open up. Noticing how it feels to be in this posture today. Now if this feels good for you here, then you can stay here. Otherwise, if you want to go a little bit deeper, you might begin to lift the forehead off the mat and bring the chin to the mat. Three more rounds of breath here. Then beginning to lift up, walking the hands back before making your way down onto your belly. When you've found your way onto your belly, just taking one hand on top of the other and resting the forehead on the mat for a moment and just breathing here, really just allowing yourself the space to let go. Now remembering that at any point in time, if you want to take a drink of your drink, it is there for you. Notice how it tastes, how it feels, how it smells. Now from here, we're going to bring our elbows underneath our shoulders and coming up into Sphinx pose. So elbows are going directly underneath our shoulders, so just take a moment to check them here. Our tailbone is gently tilting down into the mat and we're opening up through the chest, looking towards the front of the mat. Breathing here. And as you breathe here, really allow yourself to not only tune into that breath, but hear yourself breathing. What is your breath telling you as you listen in? Five more rounds of breath here. Before lowering down, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders and lifting up and coming to sit back on your heels. Just pausing here for a moment. You can bring your palms down on your legs face down, or you can turn them face up Taking a moment to breathe here, and again remembering you can come back to your lovely mug. And then from here we're going to come into our final pose today before Shavasana by keeping our big toes together, walking our knees as wide as the mat, and we're just going to sink down into an extended child's pose. So arms coming out along towards the top of the mat, resting the forehead on the mat and breathing here. As you hold this pose, are you noticing anything going on within your body? Are any sensations arising? Allowing yourself the space to really just listen. Listen to the body. Then beginning to ground down into the hands, lifting up, walking the hands back towards you, bringing the knees together and just dropping the hips to one side of the feet before extending the legs out long and coming back onto your back on the mat. Allowing those legs to just drop open, bringing the arms down beside you, palms faced up. And just letting go here, allowing yourself to just be present in the moment in your Shavasana. Beginning to lengthen the inhales and the exhales. Taking some gentle movements through the fingers and toes. Allowing that movement to grow a little bigger through the wrists and the ankles. Then stretching the arms up overhead, taking a nice long full body stretch before bending the knees and rolling to the right side. Pausing for a moment just to find some space for gratitude for yourself for making it through the 7 days. And then when you're ready, making your way up to sit. Day 7, you have done it. I'm so proud of you, and I hope you are so proud of yourself too. Let's continue on this journey inwards over the next few days and move a little bit deeper. Bringing the palms together in front of the heart. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste. If you liked this class, then you know what to do. Hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more videos like this or follow along on the rest of the journey, then hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to see when videos drop. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.